Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber Podcast. I'm your host Everett, aka 2B aka the Beast with the Least, and this is episode 89. Holy shit, we've done 89 of these things? What the fuck? I just realized that. Damn. Getting closer and closer to 100, right? Right?
Yep.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how numbers work.
I was
That's how numbers work.
This is a wonderful 100, right?
Isn't that the wonderful 101?
Yeah, but we're almost close to 100.
Ah, wow. Anyways.
I don't want to get sued by Nintendo, dude.
Oh,
The suing our government.
yeah. We'll talk about that one. We're going to talk about that.
Finally suing someone their own weight.
Yeah, punching up this time.
Punching up this time. As you could hear, joining me as usual, Devin,
What up, Skank?
JJ.
Hello.
Also, as you could tell, we're a day late. Some stuff came up, so we're recording on Monday instead of Sunday. It happens. We're still bringing that the noise, the fire. I don't know what else to say. Oh my god! You think you're bringing the thunder?
Yeah. Did you watch Shay tonight? Of course, I'm bringing the fucking thunder.
He's tied now, right?
Yeah, he tied Wilt. You see that fucking step back three to win the game, though? Woo!
Yeah, but
That's
it was
what
against the
sex looks
Nuggets. It was against the Nuggets. The Nuggets have been playing like shit. Anyway, so.
Oh yeah, use that as use. But yeah, we have everyone hurt. But yeah, Shay still wins it for us. MVP. Clippers legend, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's true. Clippers legend. We have a lot to talk about this week. And actually, JJ, you said it earlier in the Discord. Good thing we're actually recording a little bit later, because there's a couple things that came out today. Monday, what is it, the 9th of March, that we're going to talk about. That, yeah, I would like to talk about as soon as possible with a couple of these things. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what we've been playing this past week. We'll start with you, JJ.
I found this little game called RuneScape. You know, just level it up. I have a little clan thing right now that I'm hosting, so I've been busy with that. But I've been playing a little bit of Resident Evil, a little bit of Resident Evil 9. Wish I played a little bit more than I have, but doing that. That's really it, to be honest. I think I bought Pokemon Fire Red the other day, and I played a little bit of Pokemon Unite as well to try the Zapdos.
Interesting.
Because I think Moltres comes out next week, I think. So.
Cool. I'm assuming something's going on in your background, so you're trying to
Yeah, that's what I'm
trying to keep it short and
as
sweet
much as I can, and that's not like it overpowers my phone. But anyway, that's really it. I don't really play too much.
Cool. Devin?
Well, I beat Resident Evil 9.
Oh, you did?
So I did that. Yeah, finished it, and it made me want to go back. And I never did a second playthrough of, like, I beat Resident Evil 4 remake one time and never went through it again. So I'm literally playing that right now and going through on professional difficulty, trying to do that. So
That's cool.
trying to be a professional. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 9. I only have like a couple small complaints. Like it's a 9 out of 10 game, but I just have a couple small complaints. And I don't really want to spoil shit.
Yeah.
At least until JJ finishes, because you don't care about spoilers, Everett, but JJ might. So
Yeah.
I don't talk about it. But
Yeah.
Yep, just two small complaints for me. Yeah.
As for me, I've been playing more Pokemon Leaf Green, just grinding out levels and stuff like that. Yeah, I really, man, like it's funny. It came up today because my brother was talking about a video where like, it's not nostalgia. The old Pokemon games were better. And like, obviously I'm enjoying playing Leaf Green. It's an older game or whatever. But like, yeah, like it is one of those things where it's kind of the heyday of Pokemon. I'm still not one of those people who thinks that like Pokemon is worse now. I think there are certain aspects that are not as good as they used to be, maybe. But like, there's so many quality of life changes that they've made that like, that's why I just can't say. But like I'm just, being able to play an older game is still just like awesome. Quote unquote for the first time since they obviously had released it on Switch. And I'm just going through it slowly so I can enjoy it and everything. Especially now that I'm like obviously older. When Leaf Green came out, what was that, 2003? I think I was like 17 or something. When those games came out.
17? Holy shit, dude.
Well, if they came out in 2003, I don't remember. I could look it up real quick. Pokemon Leaf Green. Oh, 2004. Okay. So
you were 18?
I was 18 years old.
Dude, you were legal, bro. You were fucking legal.
Yeah, I was 18 years old because they came out September 7th. So
does that make you like a pedophile for playing like a children's game, like 18?
Anyways, yeah, now that I'm older and literally about to be fucking 40 years old, like I have so much more knowledge of the Pokemon games, so I'm able to build out my team better and do a little bit better stuff. And I have my brother to be able to like trade with and everything, because obviously, like, there's a lot of things Pokemon has a lot of things involved that trading Pokemon and stuff like that. Yeah. The other thing is I did start to play Resident Evil Requiem. And man, I don't know. The RE engine, man, is fucking good, dude. Like that game looks so good. And like I know they want it, like they have it where it's like you should play Grace's sections in first person. I was just like, nah, I kind of like third person better. I'm fine. I don't know. I try to play it in first person, but like I'm just like I like third person games a little bit more than first person. I just like being able to see my surroundings better, just so I can like make, like move around and all that stuff. I will say, like, I don't know. This isn't really a spoiler, I guess, for the Resident Evil game. It's just a different.
Well, you're not very far in. So
yeah,
I wouldn't count as a spoiler either.
But the different play styles.
I like the beginning of the game. The beginning game's like just the trailers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
Leon's like the chainsaw and the pot, like when he's doing that, like that's all very early.
Yeah, I'm literally at the. I just finished the second Grace section, or the second Leon section. So I'm starting the second Grace section. I'm gonna finish this game, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Village. And it's the simple fact of I don't know how. Well, you said you beat it, right, Devin? Like, what would you say the percentage is of Grace and Leon gameplay?
I'd say 70-30.
Okay, maybe
I'll get 70% Leon, 30% Grace.
Okay, maybe I'll be fine because I'm. It's one of the reasons.
Obviously, it's not a big spoiler. Everyone, that you eventually get to Raccoon City. Once you're there, it's heavy Leon for a long period of time.
Yeah. So Grace's sections play more like Resident Evil 7. You're running away from a monster. You're not really able to fight as much. Whereas Leon's sections are just oh, you want to just kill a bunch of zombies? There's that chainsaw section where you're just oh, you want to kill zombies, right? Yeah, here you go. Go ahead. Here's a fucking chainsaw too. Just go ahead. Go fucking wild. I love it.
Yeah, well, it's Grace. It's you stagger an enemy and you kind of give them a little push. It's okay, that does nothing. It doesn't even damage them. So it's just it's not even worth running up and pushing them.
And yeah, for me, that first section, I don't know if they get better or if they just basically are the same thing. Not same thing, but this is her gameplay style. I didn't enjoy that first section for Grace because I'm not scared. So that factor, oh shit, I'm scared, doesn't affect me because I don't get scared. But what it does do is that it makes me feel like I'm, well, no, not makes me feel, I end up just running in circles, especially that first section, because you have to do this to get a key or whatever it is. And it's I'm just running in circles to avoid the monster. And all it was just tediism for me. It was okay, this is just tedious for me. Can I get to the next section? And then like when
Mario can't be a badass like you.
Yeah, so like I was just running in circles, and I like when I finally finished it, I was like, fucking finally. And then we get to the next Leon section in the game, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And then when it was done, I was like, oh fuck. So I'm at the start of the next Grace section, but I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to it because I understand why people would like those gameplay sections, and I don't think they're bad, but they're not for me because it is a certain style of like, it's meant to be like you're kind of immersed in the horror of whatever game you're playing, because obviously this is, there's certain style of genre for the horror genre or whatever, like Alien Isolation, Amnesia, right, or whatever, stuff like that, Outlast or whatever, like those style of games where you're running away from something or whatever. It's about immersion, and it works better if you're scared. I'm not scared. I'm just like, oh damn, that's a fucking creepy looking creature and all that stuff. And whatever that creature was in that section, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's a pretty creepy looking creature.
But don't you play in third person though? So it ruins the fear factor anyway.
Yeah, but like even,
I mean, I still got spooked in fucking third person.
I don't know what
I'm not much of a scary. Like, I don't really watch scary movies, but I do enjoy the Resident Evil franchise. So,
like I mean, obviously Resident Evil Village isn't first person, and there were certain parts that kind of maybe depowered you, I guess, a little bit. I don't know what's the correct word, but like there's that one section, right, where there's like the fucking creature that has the baby fucking noises that, sounds like a fucking baby. Like, clearly that's supposed to be one of those types of sections where you're scared of a monster that could just fucking kill you and you can't really fight it. And that game's in first person, but I was just like, it was pretty like creepy, don't get me wrong. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, look at that fucking thing. But I don't know. So, I mean, the thing is, I think I would get more.
I know what you mean. It's really, like you said, tedious. It's very, it just makes the gameplay slower because you have to run back and just. That's why I like Alien Isolation. I like the Amnesia, but it's just like, oh, monster's back. We're gonna run away. And you do that for like 20 minutes. It's like, oh my god, damn it.
Yeah.
Let me wait for his circle around real quick, and we have to sneak past the guy or some shit. Like, yeah, it is what it is for the game. But it's just like, yeah, it gets, the reason why the game gets a little longer is because that section.
Yeah, there's an orphanage section that's like a flashback. That part is like the worst. Just FYI.
I do love how gory the game is. Like in the beginning, when you see Grace's mother get killed, I'm just like, oh shit, she got fucked up.
Or even like the guy who gets like the hotel manager or whatever.
Oh yeah, him.
Like,
yeah,
he gets fucked up too. Like, it's like, god damn, like that's how we're doing.
I love that they don't want to shy away from violence, unlike another certain over-the-top violent franchise, God of War, in later games. But yeah. Okay. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to add in, talk about before we get into the news? I mean, I know there's like the Mario stuff you probably want to talk about, right, JJ? But we are going to talk about it.
What? That's fine.
Oh, and I do apologize if I'm a little bit like, because I'm looking off to the side. There's a Clippers game playing right now, so I'm watching. And if they win this, they get to 500, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal for a team that was 6-21 at one point. Like, Jesus. Anyways, all right.
Cute.
Look, dude, not all of us have fucking great GMs. Lawrence Frank is pretty good at what he does, but he's no fucking Sam Presti. All right. Is there any Sam Prestis besides that motherfucker? Who else? I guess whoever runs the Spurs organization, they're pretty good. I guess whoever's running Detroit.
Brad Stevens is not bad too.
Yeah, he's pretty good for the Celtics, right? He somehow still made that team a contender after everybody they lost this past offseason.
Yeah.
They're second place, right, in the East? Like, that's that's not bad. Like he was able to, Brad Stevens. All right, let's go ahead and start with, I think the most, like, what's the word? Like the most obvious, like, duh, news story of the week. Highguard. It's gone, or not gone. It's done. We got what? 3 more days. 3 more days. It's permanently shutting down on March 12th. They did do one more update where they added like level progression across the account or whatever, some skill tree things, another character, stuff like that. But that's it. Once March 12th hits, it's over. And I put out a video about this already, which thank you to everyone who's been watching. As if I look real quick, it's at 244 views. It's by far my most popular fucking video that I've ever put out. So I'll give you guys the floor more for this, but like, just to reiterate a little bit what I said, like, they should have never went for a hero shooter. It's a genre that already has its top dogs, and when you're a studio that has the caliber of developer that they have, just make a they don't even have to make a multiplayer shooter. Make a single player shooter that people will love. Like, I bet you that would have worked so much better if they were like, here's a single player shooter that feels like, Call of Duty or Titanfall or whatever it is. This just was so telegraphed in like what was going to happen, I think. But, what do you guys think?
Yeah, well, we figured. I already called it like way before. We're making all the jokes about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the easiest, like ever. It was like, I don't know. Hey, the Browns are going to be shitty this year in football. Like, okay, like thanks to the bold prediction. Like, what else you got?
Like, what if I told you the Wizards were not going to make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, they'd be like,
oh shit.
Like, thanks, Captain Obvious. Like, yeah, like it's just no one like, when you throw out these things and you're like, oh, from the developers that brought you Titanfall, so people, like, you should just not even have said like we made this game before. You should have said we're a brand new studio, brand new idea. Here it is. Not like, hey, we're former Titanfall developers, because then people are in their heads like, yeah, maybe Highguard could have been a good game. I don't know, probably not. Everyone was just like, it's mid. And like, if you're gonna be a hero shooter and break into the market, you can't be mid, because people already have their, like, that are addicted to Overwatch. They already have their mid hero shooter. They don't need another. You're not gonna get them to jump off ship for your fucking shit. Like, it was just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I said this in the podcast last week or if I said this in my video, actually. I'm not remembering. But, like, the thing I think they should have done, which maybe, yes, it would have taken a little bit longer. Maybe they didn't have the money. They just needed to put out a multiplayer shooter, whatever. But, like, they should have just said, like, here's a spiritual successor to Titanfall. Call it whatever you're going to call it, but, like, you don't have to do exactly what Titanfall does. Just, like, here's a multiplayer shooter that feels like it. It has the wall running. And you don't have to make, the fucking mechs drop from the sky. It's just like, here's mechs that periodically, maybe more like a Battlefield game that just spawn on the map that you can get in, Yeah. And I think people would have been like, it's not Titanfall, but it's pretty fucking close, and I love it.
Yeah, like, I understand they couldn't make it Titanfall 3 because EA owns the property, but it's just like,
and they don't want to try and infringe on that copyright to get sued. But here's a mech, here's a mech shooter, basically. Like, because, yeah, you could, like, obviously Titanfall, they don't have the copyright on mechs. They don't have the copyright on wall running, and shooters and all that stuff.
But
so
if they were Nintendo, they would want it.
well, that's something else. So yeah, like I think that probably is what they should have done instead of like, let's just make another hero shooter. Like, it was just a bad. And then again, of course,
Like, I get it. Again, if you can get one of these live service games and you hit, you're making buku bucks. If you can make the next Helldivers, you can make the next Dark Raiders, you can make the next Marvel Rivals. Yes, you
like,
can
go
make
for it.
hella cash. You can make hella cash. But the chances of that happening are not great. Like, they're not. It's just a simple fact. They're just not great. So it's like, again, we've talked about this. You could do the Capcom route and just make quality games that people want to pay $60, $70 for, but then you just have to make instead of updating your current game, you just have to make a new game in like the series. And look how well it's working out for Resident Evil. It sold what, 5 million copies already.
We're gonna
Like
talk
that,
about
like
that actually. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
like,
like
yeah,
it's the fastest selling Resident Evil game they have. So, which might make it the fastest Capcom game. I can't remember, but like
we'll find out. Yeah, Capcom will let us know.
yeah, like it's clearly a success. Like, and guess what? It's great because we're gonna get remakes of other Resident Evil games coming soon. It's not a bad thing. Like, so.
Also, like, I watched a video from What Culture Gaming. What the hell was that? Earlier today. They weren't talking about Highguard. They were talking about Marathon. But, like, this also, like, you know, what they were saying, you know, you could throw Highguard in there.
Holds true.
It holds true. Like, people are maybe a little tired of live service, not because it's live service per se or whatever, and, like, I have my multiplayer shooter. It's that they're spending, like, a game like Marathon is what, $40, right?
Yeah.
I think it's $40. And yes, Highguard was free to play, but like, people, when they're gonna spend their money on something, they want to, even if it is a free to play game, there's a certain level of like, is it a whole package? And I think in their minds, and a lot of people, their minds, a multiplayer game, again, regardless of if it's free to play or not, like, it's just a multiplayer game. It's not a whole game. They're not getting a whole game. So it gives them this like automatic bias to not want to give the game a benefit of the doubt or whatever, because in some, you know, crazy whatever way they want to like justify, like, this isn't a whole game. It's not a full game. It's just a multiplayer portion. And so, like, that's why Overwatch 2 got such fucking like backlash, because everyone was so happy when they were like, oh, we're gonna have a single player campaign, right, or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, we're not doing it.
PvE mode.
Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna do it. Then everyone's like, dude, well, you're just giving us half a game then. And I think, yeah. I think
I don't know about
also, yeah, I don't know. I think with Highguard and like other game, like what was the shitty Sony game that came out that died? I'm blanking on the name. Concord. Like games like that, it's like they're not like you're not. It's like, okay, well, here's a multiplayer game, and here's all these characters. You're just like, I don't give a shit about these characters. They have no backstory. I don't give a crap about what the fuck they do. But like even Marvel Rivals that come out, and everyone's like, oh, I know Deadpool. Like I've seen the movie.
You know what?
Oh, I know from the comics and stuff. There's no connection. You have no connection to like, oh, this guy is like this, and this is his backstory. It's like, okay, you have this one paragraph thing about his bio. It's like, I could give two shits about this character. Like, I don't care.
So actually what you're saying, I was watching a podcast and they said the same exact thing. That's another aspect. It's like, I don't know these characters. I have no investment in them whatsoever. Whereas like Marvel Rivals, like obviously they have fucking years of comic books. And what Overwatch did was like, hey, here's a bunch of videos to like, hey, here's what the characters are about. But then you get a game like Highguard and you're like, I don't know who this fucking guy is. You get a game like Concord, I don't know who this fucking guy is.
And they were also kind of like the first ones to do like the hero shooter really well. So they also had that advantage of being like the first on the market.
Yeah.
So like that helped. Like And then everyone was like, "Oh shit! Now we need our own Overwatch." It's like, okay, well,
Team Fortress 2. There.
yeah.
So,
Like, I guess that was, I mean, console wise, because like console, you didn't really get that.
so I also want to
Yeah,
just
it's true. Yeah, it makes sense.
I want to point this out too. So, Jeff Keighley, the fucking Mountain Dew Dorito King himself, he put out a tweet saying like, "Oh yeah, Highguard will go offline on March 12th." I just want to point this out because to me it's hilarious that everyone fucking just like roasted him in his fucking replies and everything, and brought back his tweet of like 2 days before the launch of the game, saying from Jurassic Park saying in 48 hours I'll be accepting your apologies, and it's just like, yeah, how did that go? Like, because I don't know. For me, that's a little bit funny. I know it's maybe also a little bit fucked up, but yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he really loved the game for whatever reason, and
No, because again, look, like I said in my video, the thing is with Highguard, it was a competent shooter the way it felt. Like, just look at who developed it. Like, they know how to make shooters. And if you guys played the game, you would be like, if you saw it, like, played the game. I'm not saying you guys would have loved it.
I saw gameplay of it. It looked it looked good.
I'm saying that there were things that could have, that if given enough time and enough, whatever, like, there was stuff to separate it a little bit from the other two, and that, like, it had that, like, Minecrafty element where you could, like, mine stuff, the raid element of, like, going to the base and doing this and that, like, you have to get a sword to break the shield, and do, like, there was something there, but there was so much baggage around the game that it was swimming in an ocean with fucking lead boots, and you just it was never going to make it, because there was already, people are getting tired of the live service stuff, it was the ending, the last thing to be shown at the Game Awards, and when that left a sour taste in people's mouths, because like, this is what you're showing to end it. It went radio silent after that. Like, it just, there was a lot going against the game that if again, like they said, there was
be average.
Yeah. There were reports saying that like they just wanted to shadow drop the game. If this game got shadow dropped, I think it'd be one of those games where it's like, hey, yeah, I was playing this game called Highguard. You should check it out. And it's one of those, I think it's a word of mouth thing that it builds up enough of a fan base that I don't think it's one of those games that consistently gets to 200,000-300,000 players like on the Steam charts. But it's like, oh, it's always at like 80,000 players. It's a pretty decent, it's got a pretty decent player base. And people be like, well, no, yeah, it's not Marvel Rivals, it's not Overwatch. But you know what? I'm a little tired of Marvel Rivals because it's Overwatch just with in a redundant way to say or whatever. Like, it's just Overwatch with Marvel characters. And then, of course, a lot of people don't like Overwatch right now. So it's like, you know what? I have an alternative to play. But that's not the world we live in. That's not the reality we're in. So, yeah, in another reality, I think this game at least lives for a few years before maybe being taken offline. Not a fucking month. But, yeah.
I agree.
It is what it is. There's just,
Oh, that's also companies like the CEOs and all the higher ups just say like, this game needs to be $1 million game, like $1 billion game right at the start. It has to be. And then there's a given time, like I say, if this game had time, it would build its own player base. People will be like, I don't like Marvel, I don't like Overwatch. Yeah, like you said, they have their own little quirk for these games. But again, these like out of touch people wanted the game instantly be a hit automatically. Yeah, we all want the games to be hits and shit like that, but that's not the reality of it, especially when there's already a ton of games like it.
Yeah, this game is one of those like Arc Raiders, where it has to be a snowball effect. It was like, if for it to be like, yeah, like a giant right out of the gate was never going to happen. It needed to be, and again, like being the last showing at the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley himself, fucking Dorito Jesus himself, hyping up this game, gives it those expectations that it needs to be a juggernaut right out the gate. And it needs to be one of those games that like it slowly builds up. It's a snowball going.
We're waiting for like the Fallout remaster, like the remakes coming out.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
No, just kidding. Psych. We got this instead. Like, what the fuck? So I think that's also another thing. We all wanted that instead of this shit.
Yeah. But speaking of Marvel Rivals, this will probably be quick because I don't play Marvel Rivals, and I'll let maybe JJ. They put out a roadmap that's the path to Doomsday. It's an Avengers themed thing that's basically themed after all the Avengers movies. Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, up to Doomsday. The first one is coming out in April, like the first update, I guess, or whatever. I don't really know. I just wanted to put this in here because I know obviously Marvel Rivals is a big enough game. You still play it, right, JJ? So enough anyway.
Yeah, I haven't played it recently, but yeah, I need to play again now.
I mean, I'm assuming you know more about it than I do, so.
Yeah. So, as you said, it's gonna be the first Avengers movie. So it's gonna have the game mode where everybody, I think you have to like face Loki. Somebody's a Loki character, and there's a whole bunch of clones, and you're supposed to take down Loki. And I'm assuming you have to play certain characters like Black Widow, Captain America, or Thor, maybe for that section. But I know you can summon a spawn a Hulk if you get enough points, just like the movie. You can have him just like Hulk is old him or something like that. Devin, you've seen him old, how he just slams him a couple times, just like that's what he does in the game too. So do that. I'm excited to see what the Ultron is like. Since we have Ultron in the game, I wonder if like they're gonna do that weird like auto chest thing where you can like spawn the people again for a month for that, and see what the other activities are about, which is kind of cool. Getting hyped for Doomsday was pretty cool, and all the cool upcoming skins too, maybe.
I might actually try to play a little bit more Marvel Rivals just to check this stuff out. I kind of like all the Avengers movies, so trying to have that synergy leading up to the Doomsday movie, I could mess with that.
They probably have like free stuff, like free skins and shit like that.
Yeah. All right. We mentioned it earlier, so I just want to, talk about this real quick. Resident Evil Requiem, they got their new sales report out. 5 million copies in 5 days. Obviously, it's more by now, because this was, March 4th, which is 5 days ago as of now. Who knows what it's at right now. Let me see if I can find that fucking data. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of wild, right, guys?
That's pretty crazy.
Don't everyone speak all at once.
Yeah,
no, I said yeah.
That's crazy. Like, that. Like, I'm glad they sold a fuck ton.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything else.
It's a great game. Like,
no, yeah, I don't think it's the best Resident Evil game, but like ever since they've done like their soft reboot with 7, I can see this probably being the best of those 3 so far. Because
you're excluding the RE4 remake, I assume.
Well, no, those are remakes. I'm talking about like 7, 8, and 9.
Still, but it definitely plays. I mean, like.
Well, no, because if we're talking about the greatest Resident Evil game of all time, it's probably the Resident Evil 4 remake, just because it's a better version of the original Resident Evil 4, which in and of itself was the greatest Resident Evil game of all time. Which is,
I think the Resident Evil 4 remake is better than Resident Evil 4, the original.
Well, yeah, it is. it is. You know, I always find it funny because Resident Evil. I think me and my brother were talking about this recently. That like before Resident Evil 4 was considered the best Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 2 was considered the best Resident Evil game, and now Resident Evil 9 is getting so much praise and like you know that Capcom's on the like they're on the top of their game right now, and like this is better than than Village and all the stuff that's the talk that I've seen or whatever. That every game that has Leon in it seems to be like the one that everyone it loves. Like nobody seems to hate those games. If it has Leon in it,
well, 6 people didn't really like.
Oh yeah, he was in that. That's right. Damn, I forgot.
Oh, the Leon out of the whole campaign, that was a better one than the other ones, though.
I think people liked his campaign the most, though. Yeah, they hated the other ones. I think
it was more the horror aspect of 4 and a little bit of 5, I guess. The rest was just action.
That's funny though. But yeah. Oh man, and like, did I save the tweet? Let me see if I did. I want to see if I did. Like, have you guys seen the absolute just horniness on the internet for Leon?
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't think I saved it, but like even Xbox themselves put out a tweet. Like, let me see. Let me look for it. Let me look for it because even Xbox themselves put out a tweet like, "This is a Leon appreciation post" or some shit like that. Oh, there you go. It's. I'm gonna try and like remember the timestamp right now that we're at so I could put it up. But it's a picture of a box with a stick or whatever, and it's a picture of Leon under the box. So it's supposed to be like a trap, and it says a lot of you would fall for this. So like, yeah, people are very horny.
You're not.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't fall for it. Of course I would. It's Leon. All right. Like my brother right now, I'm just seeing him and he's saying he would fall for it too. All right. So shut the fuck up, guys. Yeah. No.
The way you're making it sound, it's like you wouldn't.
You know what? Whatever. But yeah. That's I think that's just hilarious that the absolute just horniness for Leon.
Well, he's like he's ripped as like he's fucking shredded.
Yeah.
Hey, shredded for 50, bro. It's fucking crazy. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's always kind of been like that.
Yeah,
like,
but in this one, like
no, I mean, no, like the
he's
one
like
that
grunting when he uses his fucking axe to like open stuff. He's like grunting and shit.
No, I mean, he's always been like the one that like that people lust after.
The one that got away.
Like they lust after him, all the women. Like leading up to the release, but leading up to the release of Requiem, my brother was watching a lot of like videos, talking about people like women just absolutely like being horn dogs for Leon. Like there was a video of a girl like playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, and at one point Leon says, "You think you could swallow, that fish in the lake that could kill you or whatever, that boss fight?" At one point he says, "Do you think you could swallow me whole?" And the girl goes, "I could." And then you can see her face like, "Oh shit. I'm no better than a man." Yeah. I think that's hilarious. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move to the next thing. So, from one franchise that knows what the fuck they're doing right now to another franchise that does not know what the fuck they're doing right now, or they are all over the place. Let's talk about some Assassin's Creed. I guess this is a real quick one. So, Ubisoft's announced Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Or they've confirmed it, I guess. But yeah. So, it's obviously a fucking remaster of Black Flag, which I think a lot of people still think is their like, for a lot of people, still their favorite one, right?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best Assassin's Creed. Everything since then has been on a slow downfall.
I mean, I don't know. I stopped. Like, obviously I played Valhalla, but I played 1 and 2, and that was about it. So I guess maybe I'll try this one out. Or I think we have it, right? Because we do the game sharing, like Black Flag on the Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably buy Resynced at some point. I mean, I would just wait unless it's like total dog shit.
Well, I mean, I have Game Pass, which has the Ubisoft. I'm pretty sure it's in the Ubisoft Plus. So, if it's on there, maybe I'll try it out or something. But yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I guess you're a little bit excited, like, oh yeah, you'll play it again.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed, like from way back in the day. I mean, I was fucking working at GameStop when that shit came out. I mean, like, it's been a while since.
Yeah. So
I played that.
Yeah.
They've also detailed, I guess, their plans for Assassin's Creed, which, okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows are going to be smaller updates and more surprises coming. There's Codename Hex, a unique, darker, narrative-driven Assassin's Creed experience, taking more time for development. Codename Invictus, a PvP multiplayer Assassin's Creed.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Some news on the Netflix Assassin's Creed live-action series. I didn't even know there was an Assassin's Creed, or I just didn't remember that if there was a thing. There's going to be a free 60 frames per second patch for Unity coming to PS5 and Xbox Series. That came on the 5th. And then, I don't know what Keep Your Spyglass on. Oh, I guess that was them, like, saying, oh, Black Flag Resynced. So, yeah. A lot more Assassin's Creed, coming our way. A fucking multiplayer. So, obviously, that's a live service game, I would assume. And then a purely single-player game with Codename Hex. Yeah.
Dude, the fucking multiplayer for fucking Assassin's Creed were dope, dude.
They were okay. You would like assassinate one person and then you'd immediately be caught. Like, it was impossible to get like a streak going. You just get caught.
Oh, when you get high level, you get poisoned, bro. It's fucking impossible to find the people. You just fucking walk by. You walk by like 30 people, and you just randomly your screen starts getting all fuzzy, and you just die. You're like, oh fuck, dude, and you start trying to assassinate people around you. Like, is this fucker? Dude. I just had a ton of memories of playing that shit back in high school.
All right. I don't know.
Vigorously masturbating in your room, right?
Oh my god.
That's a close second.
All right. Let's talk about this because you actually mentioned it earlier, JJ. Iron Galaxy. Yeah, Iron Galaxy. It's an independent developer. They made the second season, right, of Killer Instinct. I think it was the second season of Killer Instinct, the reboot for the series. I forgot what else they do. They made some fighting games, I think, or whatever. I am not well versed in Iron Galaxy stuff. But they put out a tweet of their computers, like, oh, we're having a meeting or whatever, and the screens show some very interesting shit. It's that, like, please stand by screen from, it's Fallout. Like, it looks like they're teasing a Fallout, some kind of remaster of Fallout. Like, for them to put that, like, that's what they have to be teasing. Now, they did come out. Iron Galaxy themselves said, like, they were replied to a tweet from PC Gamer talking about this, saying, nope, there's nothing to see here. Sorry to disturb the volcanoes, but that was just a behind-the-scenes look at our company meeting. We use that slide every month, and it has nothing to do with anything Fallout being worked on. As you can imagine, we love Fallout too. Now, pardon us as we retreat back into our vault. Which didn't, stop the internet from, like, no, they have to be. Like, why would you tease this and then be like, oh, but we got to go back to our vault and stuff like this? Like, I don't know. It looks like we're gonna get it like this. This is just more confirmation, right? That we're gonna get a Fallout, either Fallout 3 or New Vegas, or maybe both, a remaster of both games.
I thought already
I
knew
hope
it was gonna
so.
be a remake.
So I hope so, like soon, like in terms of like release date.
No, we've known about it. We just like the rumors have been just heavy on it, but there's never been like any kind of official confirmation. This would be closer to an official confirmation than anything. But like obviously this isn't still it's still not official. It's just if this turns out to be yes that they are making they're working on something Fallout. This is just them teasing that. But still we have no official word on it yet. But it is, I mean, like, Iron Galaxy doesn't make, like, they're not known for making, like, big games. So maybe making a remake would just be a lot better for them. That's why I'm assuming, yeah, it's got to be a remake. Or at least a remastering of one of the, either 3, New Vegas, maybe both. I don't know. I'm looking at what they've made. They made Dive Kick.
We've been waiting. We've been fucking waiting for this shit, dude. That's what pissed us off about the fucking goddamn Game Awards. They didn't fucking show shit or whatever. I mean, like the February. We're like, we want our shit now. Stop playing with our balls.
Well, yeah, like this big countdown, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're gonna fucking give us that," and it's just like, "Oh, here's a behind the scenes look at Fallout, the TV show." Like, we don't give a shit about that.
I'm not a fucking nerd. Just give me this shit, bro. Like, cool, yeah, dude, made the movie, yeah, blah, all these rich fucking celebrities, yeah, whatever, fuck me.
Here's how we did the Deathclaw scenes. Like, I don't give a shit. I want to go shoot a Deathclaw, 60 frames, 4K, and Fallout New Vegas right now. Like, that's what I want.
I want to, I want to kill Matthew Perry in the game.
Oh, God.
In the game.
He's, well...
Hey, he didn't say I want to see Matthew Perry overdose in the game. So.
No.
All right, let's move to the next thing.
I'm defending him. I'm saying he didn't say that.
Like I'm saying he didn't say it. Oh my god.
Matthew Perry was a fucking. He was an OG, man. He fucking gaming. He was talking about gaming on fucking, what was it, Oprah or some shit? It was Oprah.
Yeah.
That he just went on there and was just like.
Apparently he was an actual gamer. Matthew Perry.
Yeah, I mean, he liked certain games, yeah.
All right, from one remake to another. Let's talk about the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, which, when originally announced, who was this? It was the ones who did. It was Aspire, right? It was Aspire. Yeah. Well, obviously they're not on it anymore. I think. No. I mean, we've known that was a thing. Like, well, when it was thought it was dead, it's supposed to be Saber Interactive now that are making it, and they've come out and said that, like, hey, no, we are still making it. Like, it is still in production. But I mean, that's just, I mean, they could say it, doesn't mean it's still gonna come out. That's my thoughts on this. Like, okay, cool. Like, you're saying that, but are we actually gonna get the game? Like, I still have my doubts. But that's just me. I don't know. Do you guys have higher hopes? Or just more? I don't know.
I mean, I think that them confirming that they're still at least, like, fucking trying to make it is good. I mean, I don't have the highest hopes for it. Yeah. But I mean, it's not all. I guess it's also not a game that I'm like, I need this game like in my soul in order to feel alive.
Yeah, same.
I mean, look, if it actually comes out, I'll be super happy, and I will obviously play it. But if it doesn't, we still have Fate of the Old Republic, which is looking like it's going to be the spiritual successor that we've all wanted, at least.
Yeah,
So
sure.
regardless, we'll still get our Old Republic fix. But I would love, yes, this remake to come out and be good, obviously, as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I say it all the time. I'm like, I want every game that comes out to be great. Like, let those fan bases enjoy what they want. But like, unfortunately, I don't know. We just get fucked sometimes by corporate bull crap, and we don't get the games we want, or stuff happens, and I don't know, games suck. But I don't want these games to suck. I prefer them to be good.
Yeah. So yeah, we may still possibly get KOTOR remake. Who knows when, though, if it ends up coming out. All right. So here's something I want to talk about that came about today. I don't know if this was announced today or not, or if it just started getting thrown around today. You guys might not even see this. So there's this new game announced called Pickmon. Now I just want to talk about this.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so then yeah, JJ knows what I'm talking about.
I literally saw this before like the podcast too. I was like, what the fuck?
So it looks, man, Devin, I don't know what you're doing right now, but look at the trailer for Pickmon, because
Pause the porn and go to Pickmon. God.
Yes, pause your porn. Then we'll go back to cornhole.
Sorry, actually, I mean, like, when I say porn, I'm just watching Leon do crazy things.
Oh my god!
Touching myself. Too, right?
So there's this game called Pickmon that it's should be coming out at some point. Maybe not actually, because this game.
I just went to YouTube and typed Pickmon trailer. Oh, here we go. Pickmon official trailer.
So obviously, we all know about
Let me turn the
Pal World.
volume down.
Yeah. So we all know about Pal World, and everything that's going on between them and Nintendo.
Honestly, sorry, just real quick. I thought this was going to be a Pikmin ripoff. So
yeah, this game looks like everyone, there were people and even Nintendo saying this is a
Pokemon ripoff.
That is it looks like it's a shameless fucking ripoff of
like if
Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon. Because even the character looks like Link.
If you were to put some of these Pikmon characters on a Pokemon card, as someone who's not like super, like I know obviously Pikachu's, the Gengars, and but if you were to put some of these on there, I would be like, yes, these are Pokemon. For sure they're Pokemon.
Just off the top of my memory,
use cards to capture them, so that's different.
Just off the top of my memory, some of the creatures that were shown in that trailer that I'm like, just look like
Pikachu.
Yeah, there's one that just it's a blatant Pikachu ripoff, a blatant Charizard ripoff, blatant Meganium ripoff, a blatant Ceruledge ripoff. There's a blatant Link ripoff as the character that you're playing as. It looks like,
but they use guns, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's a survival. It's a survival game
on a motorcycle. Oh, the motorcycle turns into a fucking Pikmon.
There's also like a Lucario ripoff. They don't even look like they look like they just changed a few little edges of the character and this is an original character. No, dude, you just put feathers on Charizard and said no, this isn't Charizard.
One of the first few comments on YouTube, it's how many franchises do you want fused? Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Someone said put Breath of the Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
So
the end boss kind of looks like a Pokemon. If you were to go to Chat GPT and be like, hey, what is Ganondorf mixed with a Pokemon? That's what that shit looked like at the end there.
Yeah. So obviously this isn't a big ass story or whatever, but I just wanted to mention this because
kind of funny.
Go out and look just look up the Pickmon trailer, and it is a great 2 minutes of just what the fuck. Yeah. Awesome. Just awesome. Okay. You know, here's another thing that was mentioned earlier. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We got some more Super Mario Galaxy movie casting news. So we got at least three more, because it was a new trailer, right?
Yeah, the final trailer.
Yeah, the final trailer before.
We got some. Yeah, we got some more of who's gonna voice. So we have Issa Rae. I recognize that name. I don't know what she's from. She's voicing Honey Queen.
She's done a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah, she's voicing Honey Queen. I don't know who that character is, so whatever. We got Luis Guzman. He's voicing Wart, which to me that sounds like perfect casting. If you know who Luis Guzman is, yeah. And for the third one, this one I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. Donald Glover's voicing Yoshi. Like, I mean, is he just gonna say Yoshi the whole time? Yoshi, like.
I thought he talks a little bit in the trailer.
Yoshi?
I thought he said something weird. I don't know.
As far as I know, Yoshi doesn't.
He's gonna put like a Vin Diesel, like a I am Groot.
Oh, I mean that could be it. Like, I mean Vin Diesel. You see, Vin Diesel's voicing a character, and all he literally says is, I guess he says two lines. I am Groot. We are Groot.
Yes. You know why though? Have you heard James Gunn's explanation behind it? I mean, like, eventually, like,
well, it says in the third one anyway, right?
Well, like, the point, like, all the character, like, the Guardians, like, and those guys can understand what he's saying because they've been around him. They understand his tone and inflections in his voice when they change. But that way, at the end of the movie, the third movie, like, he says, "We are Groot," because we as an audience.
That was the end of the first movie.
Long enough. Yeah, but
that's the end of the first movie.
Like us.
Well, I know that, like, when they write the script, they actually have what he's saying. But then when, it just says, I am Groot. Like, even in, like, for Avengers Endgame, like, they had, what's his name, doing the Guardians of the Galaxy scenes. And they wrote, like, what he was actually saying in the script, apparently, so. But,
it makes sense. They get, like, the actual, like, capture of, like, the emotions and stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
But then, like, you know, whatever. He's just saying, I am Groot. But,
yeah.
So, I mean, okay, maybe that's what this is. They're just, like, going to get a big name to just say, Yoshi, the whole time. Like.
Well, he does say, like, some funny shit, like, if you've seen Community. So
no. I know that guy is funny. That guy is hilarious. Like, there's that.
I wish he would, like, I was so mad when fucking Chevy Chase was a fucking psychopath on Community. I mean, like, and then, Donald Glover got, so I fucking hope they do a Community movie. I know they keep saying that we're doing one, but I hope it actually does come out.
Yeah. No, I know how hilarious he is. For anyone listening to this podcast who wants to know, I don't remember what the name of the comedy special is, but look up his, look up the thing where he's talking about having sex with a white chick. It's great. I can't say certain words that he says, but yeah. It's funny. No, I know the guy's funny, but yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe he's just a big name to, like, attach to, so they could be like, yeah, he's voicing Yoshi, because why not? But yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's a crazy pick, but like a good crazy, you know.
Well, I mean, you know what? They've been doing that. Like, it was kind of crazy to be like, oh yeah, we got our voice for Mario. It's fucking, oh my god, I'm forgetting Chris. Man, there's like a bunch of Chris.
Guardian, bro. Guy from Guardians.
It's because there's a bunch of there's what Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine, Chris Evans. There's way too many of them. Chris Pratt. Yeah, that one's Chris Pratt. Dude, all these guys were all in superhero movies, which is funny to me. But yeah, like, they've been doing this where they're like, let's just get some out of left field name to voice this character. Like when I think Luigi, the guy, what's his name? Charlie Day. I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect casting for someone to voice Luigi. He's got that, like, high pitched, like, anxious, like, you know, kind of screech down that I think would work for Luigi. You know? And even what's his name voicing Bowser, I think works because like he could just be
Jack
like
Black.
Yeah, Jack Black, because he could just like growl his voice a little bit and like that's it. I can think of that as Bowser. But Mario being voiced by Chris Pratt, that's a weird one cuz I think
a weird one.
I mean it works in the end cuz you know, I think it works in the end, especially with the little joke of like, "Oh, this is how he sounds when he's trying to be like his professional self, and then when he's just his normal self, this is how he sounds." So, I mean, yeah, you know, it's a
Yeah, like after watching Mario a billion times for Max, but like he just like it's just fine. It's fine. Like you kind of just forget that it is Chris Pratt like voicing it.
yeah.
When I started watching it, I'm like, oh yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Steam Machine for a little bit, and then we're going to talk about Battlefield. So Valve has come out and said that, like, hey, no, it was to alleviate fears because of, you know, I mean, we've talked about it before and have mentioned it a bunch about, like, all the, like, the RAM stuff and all that or whatever, like, getting parts for the consoles is kind of a bitch. That's why there's supposedly the PlayStation 6 might get pushed back and things like that. But it was looking like it might affect Valve, and the Steam Machine would have to get delayed to next year. But Valve has come out and said, like, no, we are releasing this year. Like, do not worry. Now, whether that happens or not, obviously, is another thing. But, I mean, you know, again, like when we were talking about KOTOR, you know, I'm not confident in it, but at least they're coming out and saying like, no, we're gonna release it. Like, it's coming out. Don't worry about it. I mean, you know, also too, like, cause I kind of want to get one, just cause, you know, why not? I mean, depending on price. If it's too much, then obviously no. But I kind of want one, just cause you know. A whore for new technology.
Mm-hmm. And it really just comes down to price.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, we've seen, like, talk of, like, no, they plan on, you know, charging a premium. But also we've seen talk of, no, they plan on charging it competitively. And this is, I don't know. So, I know the thing's not going to be, like, super powerful. My only issue with, or not issue, my worry is that I think, because I love that Valve wants to make a console. I do. Like, another competitor in the console space is awesome to me. Like, that competition, you know, breeds innovation. So if we have another company that's like, no, we got a console for you, awesome. But the problem is, you know, it's Valve. And, you know, this is supposed to be more PC-like. And so I think for, you know, like the people that want to buy this would just be people who just are like, yeah, this seems, you know, kind of neat. I'll buy it. But like, I don't think you're going to see like the hardcore PC gamer go and buy this. Because why would you do that when you could just go and, you know, build a fucking max setting PC? You know, that's why they're.
It's like the same people saying like, why buy a Steam Deck if you're just going to do that shit?
No, the Steam
like,
Deck makes
I think
sense.
It's that's just the handheld. But I'm just saying like, you just get one for your room and you just play this old game. You don't have to be like on your console. You can play like, I don't know, like a Diablo or something on Steam.
I mean, maybe that's the thing. Like, yeah, some of the older games that definitely will run on it. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to my room. I could play like this or whatever. But
and actually be on a big TV. You know, like I said, I guess, you know,
maybe like that, where it's like, oh, you know what? I don't care about playing Resident Evil on max settings. It'll still look fine enough. I'll play it on my Steam machine. But like, yeah, then when you go and play Counter-Strike, no, I'm playing on my fucking computer for that. Maybe that, yeah, that makes more sense. So, I don't know. If it comes out this year, that'd be great. And I want to see how much it's going to cost, because I do want to look into trying to get one at some point. I think it'd be cool. I mean, I don't know actually know where I would connect it to because, like, recently I just got rid of my 65-inch big screen TV because everything is on my PC now. Like, that's how I watch everything. I have a 34-inch curved screen, and I'm close enough that everything looks fine. I don't, I'm kind of becoming a PC guy, guys. Someone help me, save me.
Remember back
Devin,
in the day,
save
you
me.
used to say like PC gamers were stupid. So
Oh no, PC gamers are still stupid.
Why do you think he's buying one?
Yeah, exactly. No, look, the only reason I would still talk shit about PC gamers is because of their like inherent like bias against consoles and refusal to be I'm not gonna buy a console. Like, we'll talk about this right now. Actually, we're gonna talk about this next story. PlayStation, because this is a good transition into this. So there are now reports that PlayStation is looking to scale back on releasing their games on PC and other platforms.
Like
Now,
last week? Like I talked about last week?
We talked about this last week. I do not remember us talking about this.
Yeah, we did. We had a conversation. And then you're like, it's petty if they try to take it away. I'm like, no, it's just gonna try to bring.
Well, no,
back.
I think
this.
I think we may have talked about it because there was rumors, but then this one was because this came out from like official, more official sources saying that no, my sources say this. I think we were talking about like rumblings of it, that it was a possibility. This still nothing official, but now we have like the big names coming out and saying it. And with more like details. That's why. That like they were planning on like having Ghosts of Yotei and everything and Soros, I believe. That's apparently not going to happen now. Going to PC. But like Marathon and Marvel Tokone, like live service games are going to still keep going to PC. Now, the reason I was like, I'll go ahead and talk about this when it pertains to PC gamers, because I've seen a lot of PC gamers basically say like, well, I guess Sony doesn't want to make money off of me because they refuse to buy a PlayStation. Like, they're just not going to buy a PlayStation. So there's that. But as for this story, not personally, but like as it pertains to PlayStation possibly actually going through with this, I don't believe this whatsoever. Even though it's now the big names coming out and saying like, yeah, my sources say it's happening. If PlayStation were to be like, yeah, we're not releasing games on PC, that has to be considered one of the biggest malpractices ever for a company. Because it wasn't like they released some games and were just like, oh, we didn't make a lot of money. They made billions from PC sales. Maybe, yes, because of like Helldivers making a lot of money, stuff like that. But if they're looking at like numbers, like of games sold,
Helldivers, they were gonna keep Helldivers anyway on the fucking PC. That's just
yeah.
thing.
But if they're talking about like number of games sold, like look at what they've been releasing on PC. Like, oh yeah, here's God of War fucking 5 years after the fact. Here's God of War Ragnarok 3 years after the fact, or whatever it is. Here's Last of Us for the umpteenth time, and stuff like that. Like, you're releasing games that like either nobody has any more interest in playing or maybe had played. So if that's the case, that they looked at we didn't sell enough copies of whatever. It's like, well, yeah, come on. Now, if you go and like Ghosts of Yotei out, maybe that'll make more, sell more. If you put Soros day and date, you probably see better numbers being sold. But like, again, I think, like, let's just say, okay, Devin, JJ, you guys are on the board or whatever it is. I forgot what the whatever. You guys are.
Fence.
You're no. You guys are shareholders of Sony and PlayStation, and I think it's Herman Holst, right, that runs PlayStation Studios right now or whatever. I might be wrong.
Sounds right.
And he comes out and he's like, "Hey, so we believe in exclusives to the PlayStation console only, because blah 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 blah. So we're gonna stop releasing games on the PC." How does that sound?
That sounds good to me.
I mean,
because the Xbox/PC console hybrid, right? That's gonna be able to play our games on this shit. But that, like, okay. Steam machine, like you said before.
They really. I think it's just because, especially with Xbox, and like officially, like putting out their little teaser trailer for.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's really just pettiness on their part, which is whatever. I mean, if that's what they want to do. Like
they had to digital people buy Last of Us Part 1 3 fucking times.
So here's where I think you guys are wrong on this, and anyone who thinks that the PlayStation is doing this is wrong. Companies are here to make money.
Companies make bad decisions all the time.
I know they make bad decisions all the time. I know they make bad decisions all the time. But do you really think Sony is looking at Steam Machine and Xbox and saying yeah, they're going to cut into our sales?
Yes.
We're not going to sell as
much
consoles?
Console sales.
And it's going to cut in, because even though they still are selling these things at a higher price than ever, the consoles. Historically, we've all known that these companies don't make money off of console sales. They make money off of software sales. So why are you going to cut off revenue because of competition that actually isn't even competition? And especially at this point
Steam is now gonna be in competition for that shit too, with the console, right?
But the thing is, at this point in the what is now the digital age of gaming,
digital world.
Yeah, the digital. But now at this point in the digital age of gaming, do they really think that someone's going to be like, "Oh, I could buy the game right here. I'm not going to buy my PlayStation." That's not how it works. People are going to be like, "Well, if I buy the game here and not buy the next PlayStation, now all those games I bought on PlayStation 4 and 5, I have no access to, and I still want all my games." So they're just going to buy the next PlayStation because they want to keep playing all the games they've spent so much money on. That's why I've said it repeatedly. The Xbox One, PlayStation 4 generation was the absolute worst generation for Xbox to fucking lose, because that's when everyone was like, "Oh, I'm going to start buying games digitally." And when they lost that generation or shot themselves in the foot at the beginning of that generation, and everyone was like, "Well, I'm just going to go buy a PlayStation 4. Fuck you." And then everyone started buying their games digitally. They already had a PlayStation there, and because everything kept moving, everything moved forward to PlayStation 4, from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 and Xbox One and to Xbox Series X, they just bought the next PlayStation because it's it's basically, I still have the PlayStation 4, but anything that's on the PlayStation 5, I'll be able to buy on it, and it's going to look better and all that stuff. I just don't see how PlayStation could look at that and then think well, yeah, no, it's going to cut into our console sales. Because I honestly don't believe that. The people who are going to buy a PlayStation, especially the casual gamers, are going to keep buying PlayStations. It's just how it is. Maybe they have to worry about Nintendo, people buying Nintendo, but I honestly don't even think they're a real competition. Nintendo's its own thing.
Yeah, maybe they want to do the same how Nintendo does it. Nintendo, they could get away with it. Let's try it.
But see, that's the thing. Nintendo can get away with it because they have been making games in most of their series for 40 years now. PlayStation...
Just because they make it longer, just because they can get away with the shit, just because they're older than the others?
Yes.
Like,
because Mario has built that up. Look, when you look at
Mario,
PlayStation,
like-
when you look at PlayStation, and you look at Nintendo, how many franchises does PlayStation have that has like the cachet that a Mario, a Zelda, a Donkey Kong, a Kirby, hell, even Star Fox and Metroid? How many franchises does PlayStation have that?
And God of War.
God
God
of
of
War,
War.
Sly Cooper, Ratchet and
Oh.
Clank, Jack and Dexter.
Okay. Do they make
Killzone,
games?
they have,
Do they make
Resident-
games? Okay.
They don't make games for
They
Star
don't make
Fox. They
games.
don't make games for fucking F-Zero. Samus comes out every 23 fucking years. So like, it's just Mario, Dick riding the fuck out of it, and Donkey Kong. So and Pickman and fucking
Zelda every once in a while.
and Zelda every once in a while when the fucking people cry.
Okay.
That's it.
In that same vein, what does PlayStation come out with? More Horizon.
Well, that and Last of Us.
More Last of Us.
Part 1, dude. But again, they're fucking not smart. So them taking away the to make it only console for single player game makes sense because they're not fucking smart. So they're gonna do stupid shit like that. They have a lot of good franchises. They use any of it? Fuck no.
Hell no, they don't.
Hey, no, take that. They do use it for Astrobot, but other than that, they don't give a fuck, dude. That's literally it.
Which is another thing why when we were talking about them shutting down Bluepoint was stupid, because Bluepoint could have been like, hey, we're bringing back all their old franchises in remasters and remakes.
Yeah, they could have been done. Jack and Daxter trilogy remastered, Sly Cooper. I know they did Sly Cooper trilogy for PS3, but like actually like remaster it.
Well, that one and
They could have been remastering everything.
That'd be crazy. Like, it would be fucking amazing. And then I'm like, okay, makes sense. If Bluepoint's gonna pump out shit like Demon Souls and shit, and let's just say they did work on fucking Bloodborne, it's like it's only gonna be on PlayStation 6, console exclusive only. Yeah, that's gonna sell a fuck ton. So like that and a lot of other games, but again, Sony just shut down their shit. So, and again, they didn't want to work on Bloodborne without him. So I don't know. I think they're dumb. They can probably do it. Would it be a smart decision? Probably not. But if they just want to be petty and keep just like, hey, fine, just keep your multiplayer game because all they really care about are diehard fucking fans on Sony side that eat up everything is just gonna buy single player games. I'm like, okay, keep your Ghost of Yote and shit like that.
I don't know. Again, I don't see this actually happening because obviously, again, nothing's been confirmed. This is just heavy rumors. They just, I guess, gained more traction because we got guys like Jason Schreier coming out saying like, yeah, this is happening. But
like, if it happens, I'm not surprised.
If it happens, I will be surprised.
If they don't do it, I'm like, okay, cool.
No,
whatever.
if
Everybody still gets games, you know.
If it happens, I will be surprised, but I will also just be like in shock and awe of the sheer stupidity to just be like, yeah, we're not going to sell on PC. Fuck that money. Like, again, PlayStation may be the most popular console, but they're still not Nintendo. Like, Nintendo, whatever they don't ever fucking lower the price of their fucking stuff or whatever.
Oh, they're on sale right now. They're on sale for Mario Day, so.
No.
Yeah, we got some Mario stuff on sale.
Some Mario stuff. But like, really, honestly, they never really like lower the prices of their shit. So they're able to be like, yeah, we're just going to sell it the way we sell it, and that's it. They also, over in Japan do stuff differently with like, they probably don't need to spend as much money or whatever, or their profit margins are probably not as tight as, say, Microsoft or whatever. So that's why Nintendo can get away with a lot of the shit they get away with. Also, too, like, the thing is, like, PlayStation's able to get away with a lot, but also at the same time, they're not able to get away with a lot. Honestly, I think Nintendo could get away with fucking murder because, like, other than, like, suing Pal World, you see outrage and then it just doesn't actually translate to any kind of, like, negative,
Nothing,
like,
it's empty air, bro.
Yeah, it's empty. It's, yeah.
Like everybody bitching about fucking the new Pokemon, like that Pokia or whatever. Like, it's a fucking amazing. I'm like, every post I see, people are loving the fuck out of it. Like, it feels like Animal Crossing might be dead because the way unless Animal Crossing makes some shit like this game, it's not gonna compete at all. Everyone's gonna have to play this one. But the only complaint people are saying like, well, you have to buy a Switch too, blah blah blah. You have to drop like $500 and shit. But I'm like, because they're fucking off the old console. Get the new one. Like,
you
I'm
know what?
tired of this old stuff being drawn back.
Yeah,
limited for old shit, dude.
I find that funny. That I've seen that complaint about people who are like, oh, I have to buy a Switch 2 to play Pokopia. And then Winds and Waves apparently is not going to be on Switch 1, the new Pokemon game coming out next year.
Thank God. Thank fucking
God.
God.
And people are complaining. I'm like, weren't we complaining about like all these current gen games coming out that are being held back by the previous gen? But now that when we have a company that's like, okay, we're gonna leave that gen behind, so that way the games that come out on this console are going to take full advantage of this console. It's like, but why? Why would you do that to us?
I want to have my fucking goddamn 9-year-old console to play this, man. Fuck that shit, dude. It's annoying. Switch 2 came out in June. You had fucking, 8 months to save up $450. Plus a little bit more for Poké or whatever the fuck. Like, I seen shit like that shit sold out. Like, people are just going crazy. Like, all the super casual people are playing this shit. All the Animal Crossing people are playing that shit. I was even tempted to kind of like, maybe I should.
I'm not an Animal Crossing. I'm not an Animal Crossing guy, so that game doesn't interest me. But hey, I'm happy for the people who love those types of games. So
it's crazy. Like what you can do. You could like every fucking Pokemon that you find in the game, you can make a house for them themed out for every single one. I just found out like you get Metagross in the fucking game. That's fucking tight as shit. Dude, I'm like, fuck.
I was
just to get like a cool computer ass pretty much have a PC gaming setup, and he'll spawn in the game. So I'm like, that's fucking crazy as shit, bro.
I've been seeing people talk about the like lore of the game.
Yeah, lore's crazy too. Apparently,
like apparently humanity abandoned Earth in that fucking like what the fuck, and it was Team Rocket that saved humanity, or some shit like that. It's kind of weird. It's kind of just like what the fuck. I think that's pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because that's why like there's so many buildings you can when you're exploring, you find all this stuff that's run like a Poke Center is half destroyed and shit. I'm like, well, that's crazy. And Snorlax just never woke up or some shit. He just fell asleep forever.
Yeah.
It was covered in moss. That's the reason why he's like that. And a few Pokemon like the weird. I don't know about the Pikachu one, the one like the gray one. I forgot.
Oh, Pikachu! It's like he kept giving his electricity to people, and now he has none in his body or some shit like that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, but I thought it was really I just fucking hated Ditto. But it just looked weird as shit with Ditto.
Yeah.
Like, cause I wasn't really a fan of Ditto. So I just seen the faces, it's weird. But just having the abilities and cool, just traversing the whole fucking map, like using waterfall to go the fuck up. And then I think people build something really high, drop the water or whatever, and then just fly it really high and just turn into a fucking flying Pokemon and start flying everywhere. I'm like, that's fucking cool, dude. What the fuck you do in Animal Crossing? You just run around, build a bridge, and fucking whack an ugly fucking goddamn villager to get the fuck out.
Okay, Jesus.
No, it's just like it blows the fuck up of how much you can do in this game compared to Animal Crossing. So I was like, shit, like if they make a new Animal Crossing, it's got to be way better than this. Like, why the fuck would you go away from that instead of Pokemon? I mean, instead of like I want to play Animal Crossing with limited stuff you can do in that game. Because I think people were saying like you don't have to time jump. There's no like bullshit. You have to like, I'm already done for the day. I don't know what those, kind of change my calendar or whatever the fuck. So
yeah.
So I'm glad the game's pretty crazy because I know a lot of people were kind of like iffy on it, but again, another Switch 2 exclusive game that's making people buy consoles and shit left and right again. And everybody bitched about it. Remember, like fucking back in June, everybody bitched about it, bro. But here it is, actually showing good shit for the game. So, well, that and Donkey Kong. I guess the others are the one. Donkey Kong.
Bonanza's not on Switch 1?
Nope.
Oh.
That's on Switch 2.
Just Switch 2.
I think what's the other ones?
Mario
like,
Kart World isn't
only
on Switch 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's only for Switch 2. So that one, Donkey Kong, and this one, Pokepia, whatever the fuck.
Pokopia.
Yeah, so yeah, finally fucking seeing this shit. They went, obviously, Nintendo just straight up goes quick with those. Okay, we're only going for the new console now. Sorry. Smell you later.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, they should have. Both companies should have been doing that shit. Like, when you buy these new consoles, you want games that are made for those consoles. Like, If if I don't have to buy your next gen console because all your games are still getting released on that previous one, that's when it's like, oh, I don't have to buy your next console then.
Yeah, like we said before, like, it's usually when the new console comes out, like it's usually like the games that come out this year are gonna be both, like Call of Duties and shit. But then guess what? The next Call of Duty is not gonna be on the old one.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
thank God.
Next one, yeah.
And, like, I don't. But now, whatever. I'm going off topic. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Let's talk about this real quick because this was a kind of an interesting thing. So Xbox has been doing this, I think, as well, but now PlayStation's doing it. They're testing dynamic pricing on games. They're doing it right now. It's what people are seeing testing on about 139 games across 68 regions, with price differences between 5.3% to 17.9%. It's just basically, I think it's what it's doing, like what Xbox is doing, where it'll see like, oh, you like these types of games. We think you'd like this game. Here's $10 off, basically, stuff like that, or like 10% off and stuff like that.
PlayStation dynamic pricing is different. They're doing, yeah. So they're trying to get people who don't buy games to buy games more often. I saw someone screenshot like Assassin's Creed Unity being on sale. Someone had it on sale for like $2.50. Another person it was like $10. So like they're trying to incentivize people that don't play games as much. They're like essentially, de-incentivizing people who play more are getting the shittier pricing. Not like they're people that are playing more. So it's like it's a huge fucking L for Sony. It's like like fast food companies have tried to or are
do
bad
that
about
before.
doing this, like dynamic pricing. Like, oh, at lunch we're gonna charge you more for your fucking Big Mac. Or I don't think McDonald's did it, but that's just an example. Like, oh, at lunchtime you want to order a Big Mac at lunch? Guess what? You pay us more. Like you have to eat at off hours. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, it costs the same. Like,
happy hour McDonald's, guys. Come on, man.
but yeah, so like, and then like, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, what they gotta have digital menus out there because at the flick of a switch, the pricing could change on how much you get.
Okay, see that
for
because I have seen what Xbox has done. Like I've seen it myself. I've seen some games where I'm like, oh, this game is just constantly seeming to be like this price, like, and it's like telling me, hey, would you like to buy this game? It's this much off for you or whatever. Like it says something like that. Like here's a discount for you.
If it's like, obviously, like if it is, where it's like, yeah, you think I would enjoy this game, and now you've put it on sale, but like not like, oh, hey, we've dynamically priced this. Like, yeah, everyone has it on sale, but we're going to put it more on sale. We're going to try to incentivize people that don't, or that haven't been playing PlayStation as much. They're going to get better prices. It's like, well, that's kind of fucked up because, like, I play your shit all the time. You should be cutting anybody a deal, you should be cutting me a deal. Like, the guy who plays, like, Sony all the time. But yeah, so, like, for us, like, if Sons of Sparta, like, if I hadn't already bought that, now I've been on PlayStation a while and that goes on sale, I might get it for, if they continue to do dynamic pricing, like I might get it for a cheaper price. And for someone who plays Sony, like powers their PlayStation on every night, they would have, like, it's like, oh, it's 10% off, but for me, it's 25% off. It's like, that's fucked up.
So okay, I misinterpreted it. I thought they were doing what Xbox is doing, but if they're doing that, that's I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, oh, no, you don't play a lot of games.
It's a fucking
buy some games.
Huge Sony L.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like, it should be like, hey, you seem to like these games a lot. You like shooters. Here's a shooter that you haven't played.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10% off. Why don't you try it out? Okay, fine.
Yeah, you're right. It should be like that.
Because, like I said, I've seen it on the Xbox store. I'll see like a game. It's like, oh, and it, like I said, it says it like for you, and it's like it's never like huge, like discount. It's always like, yeah, like 5% and stuff like that, 10% off, but it says like for you, something like that. So, okay, yeah, that's not a good look for Sony. They should probably not do it that way. I don't know. I think that's a bad way to or that's just not a good way to try and build goodwill. Like you're just, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
No, it's fucked up.
All right, I want to talk about two more things, and then we're going to talk about, I guess these would be the other two biggest stories for the week. But let's talk about this God of War spin-off rumor. So there's rumors, heavy rumors now, about a new God of War spin-off game that would, the main character would be Faye, which is the wife of Kratos in the Norse games. And this game supposedly is going to be revealed this year, would be coming out next year. I'm going to be honest, if this turns out to be true, this may be like the first God of War game that I'm just completely not interested in. Because, like, okay, that's fine. You know, you want to make a game about Faye. You know, spoiler alert, she's Lao Faye. One of the giants of Norse mythology. Like, that's fine. You know, you want to make a game about her, but, like, if I'm playing a God of War game, I kind of want to play as Kratos. That's why I was never interested if, like, they were like, oh, maybe Atreus will take over as the main character. I'm like, I don't want that. I want Kratos. I know that's, you know, kind of just, I don't know, meat-headed or something. I don't know. But, like, if I'm playing God of War, I want to play as Kratos. That's just it. Nothing against the character of Faye. What?
For me, I would want to obviously see what it plays like. I mean, like, obviously, if it plays like God of War 2018 or, you know, I'm assuming it will play more like God of War 2018 than anything. Just because that's where feels like everything is headed. I'll play it. I don't know. Yeah, it probably won't be like a day one purchase, but I'll play
if anything,
it.
yeah. Like, pretty much when it came to God of War games, I pretty much got them, like, except for God of War 2018. I pretty much would get those games almost right away. Ascension. I didn't get God of War Ascension right away. But pretty much I would play those games. Even like the PSP games. I had a PSP specifically to play when they were going to release... Chains of Olympus was the first one, right? Yeah. Like, that was one of the big reasons I had a PSP. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this fucking game. So, God of War is, yeah, one of my favorite franchises for a reason. This might be a game, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I'll play it. I'll play it most likely. But, yeah, it'll be I'll get to it later.
Yeah, it'll be a play, but yeah, like, depending on... I think it's fair to just be like, I gotta wait to see what this thing plays like. Or you obviously see trailers, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it will suck if Kratos isn't the main character.
I have seen a pretty good amount of backlash to this, you know, to this rumor. Obviously, you got the normal idiots who just don't like women in games, period. But there's a lot of people, too, who are just like, I want to play as Kratos. Like, that's who I want to play as. Like, it's a God of War game. Not a, you know, Faye game. Like, it's not called Faye, it's called God of War. It's supposed to be Kratos.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't know. I don't mind them expanding out the universe. As long as, like, if we get, like, a, you know... Because obviously they announced, like, the God of War trilogy remake. Like, if we do get some more just regular-ass God of War soon, like, I'm fine with them if they want to build more lore.
Well,
go for it.
For me, I'm like, if you're going to make a spin-off game, why not then, make Atreus. Make an Atreus game. Because, especially with the way, spoilers for God of War Ragnarok or whatever, that the way they ended that game with him setting off to, like, you know, have his own adventures, like, yeah, you don't have to make these sequels. You could be like, oh, this is spin-off games of what Atreus is doing now. The next mainline game will still be Kratos, but these are different games. You know, where you're playing as Atreus and what, and if you want, every Spartan you're playing is Angerboda because they both went off on their own, or they went off together, right, to like have their own adventures. Like,
yeah,
that makes more sense than a game like, oh, here's a game about Fae. Like, I don't know, man. Like again, look, I think those people are stupid that are just like, oh, we have to play as a woman, blah, 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 blah. But also at the same time, I am one of those people who are like, why do you want to make Faye? Because you want to have a playable female character for your God of War games? Is that why you're doing this instead of doing the logical thing? Because that's what this seems like.
I think they're just trying to build up the lore, and I don't know, maybe with Atreus, I don't know. I think Atreus, at the age he's at, would be kind of lame. Like,
well, I mean, the next ones they make, if they made spin-off games about Atreus, they don't have to make him the age he is. They could age him up like 10, 15, 20 years. Like, they could do that. Now he's a 40-year-old-ish like character. Yeah. And he's been through some shit.
Then you'd have all the questions. Like, oh, the fuck was he doing for so long,
I mean, you could just he's just been here, like fighting the good fight. Like they there's a way to do it where he's like in his quote unquote 30s or whatever, and he's a more grizzled like character. But the thing is too, like, not like, okay, maybe not even an Atreus game, but why not a Demos game? Like, that'd be kind of more. I mean, I know we have Sons of Sparta, so we get some more backstory on Demos and everything, but like, I would kind of like some kind of like Demos game, right? I think they could.
That's never happening.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I think a Demos game would have been cool. Like, they would have been like, hey, we're going to make a Demos game, and it's more like the older games. But here's also Faye, I guess, then, that plays like the current games.
Yeah, but maybe, I don't know, like, if they came out, and this would probably, obviously, like, lessen the impact of, like, if they announced, like, a Faye. But if they just, like, like, oh, we have a Faye, Atreus, and then we have the God of War trilogy remake, I think if they have, like, like, we have all these games in the chamber that we're making, so, like, just, yeah, you're getting a Faye game now, but you're gonna get the pretty cool game. Like, we got a lot of lot of fires and irons in the fire,
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens, because obviously they're still planning on doing stuff in God of War, because obviously we have the trilogy remake. And I mean, we've heard rumors for a couple years now, whatever. Oh, it's gonna be set in Egypt. Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be an Atreus game. Now it's gonna be a Faye game. So I mean, we've had so many rumors of where God of War was going. So
yeah.
All right. Let's talk about some bad news now, actually. Electronic Arts is laying off some staff from the Battlefield Studios people. Well, from across, obviously, just their studios. So people are getting laid off from Criterion, DICE, Ripple Effect, Motive Studios. As of today, when this report came out, it's an unknown number. So maybe by tomorrow we'll know. But as of right now, there doesn't seem to be a known number. But yeah. The layoffs do seem to be focused on the Battlefield studios. It does say it's due to a restructuring and realignment and everything. But I mean, I don't know. Like, it's, to me, these layoffs are kind of weird because Battlefield 6 was the best-selling game of the year, wasn't it? I think we talked about that. So how is this game the best-selling? How is this the best-selling game of the year? And you're like, yeah, we're still laying off people. Like, I just don't get that. I mean, I heard that there was some unrealistic expectations by EA, but I will say maybe a thing that caused it, like, the game obviously blew up. It was the best-selling game of the year, but, like, I think its player base fucking cratered hard. Let me just look at the Steam database thing or whatever. I know this obviously is not like a for everything, but like as of right now, the 24-hour peak was 50,000 players. So maybe that has something to do with it. I would suspect that maybe on console it's either a little bit better or about the same. I don't know. I know that after they launched the Red Sex stuff, people were just like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. So I don't. Do you think this might affect how often they'll want to release a Battlefield game? Whether they want to maybe start doing more Battlefield games, like releasing them more often, or if they're going to be like, you know what, we're going to put it on the back burner and it'll come back, but it's going to be like another 5-6 years or something.
I don't know if it's going to be every 5 or 6 years, but maybe every 3. Probably like that's the way it is right now. It's like every 5 or 3 to 5 is their sweet spot. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think then you get people that want it more, and then, then it does become the juggernaut sales that it did and become the best game. I mean, I don't know. And, like, obviously they'll have to learn lessons from how it was supported. Because, like you said, the Red Sack and people are kind of just done with it, so I think
because
still learning how to, like, support their title.
Well, the thing is too, I think they've maybe put too much focus on the Red Sex stuff, which is just basically their battle royale stuff. And if you played their battle royale, like, honestly, it felt like playing Call of Duty Warzone. Like, I mean, there was some differences, but it was just like, okay, this just feels like Call of Duty Warzone. And so maybe people were just like, if this is what you're going to focus on, like, I'm just going to go back to Call of Duty or just Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Arc Raiders, like all these other games that people like.
Yeah, it's like there's so much other stuff like I can play, like, and then even just single player games, like, oh, I can just play Resident Evil now. Like, there's other shit that I can play. Like, I got what you guys are trying to do with this. I get it. I'm good. Like, I may come back in 6 months when things have, like, drastically changed, but it's like, I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need this.
Yeah. I saw a tweet right now. Someone said, yeah, it looked like there was about estimated 20 million copies sold. 7 million copies were sold in the first 3 days. It was the biggest launch in franchise history. So, like, the game was a success. Still hit with layoffs. It's that meme again. Like, make bad game, lose your job. Make mediocre game, lose your job. Make a good game, guess what? Still lose your job.
Yeah.
Like,
surprise.
Yeah, I do wonder sometimes, like, are we headed into another like game crash at some point with, like, everything that's happening and like all these studio closures that we just keep talking about, all these layoffs that because, like, remember last year, like, last year, almost practically every week we were doing a podcast. Like, how how many times did we talk about layoff after layoff and studio closures?
Yeah, it was each day.
Like, and then like it has slowed down this year. We don't talk about them as much, but they still happen. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It does seem like it was a lot bloodier last year, for lack of a better term, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm back, sorry.
No, you're good. So, I mean, yeah, just, again, like, yeah, for them to make such a successful game that actually beat out Call of Duty, which no games seem to ever do except for Hogwarts Legacy, and then EA still like, yeah, you guys are still getting laid off, so it's a very it's a fucked up world we live in.
For which one?
We're talking about the EA layoffs. That, yeah. A lot of the Battlefield Studios people getting laid off is just, you come out with, especially too because like after Battlefield 2042, for them to come out with Battlefield 6 and people were like, fuck yeah, we're back. And it's just like, yeah, it's done. you guys are, yeah. But yeah, again, also too, the Red Sec probably just didn't help. That focus on the live service aspect and the Battle Royale stuff just, it turns people off.
Any fucking multiplayer game got like Call of Duty and shit, it's gonna have, it's gonna be monetized.
Yeah.
It will have a live service shit to it. We're not gonna not have it anymore. But then the thing is, like, I saw they did say they'll show off one of the Battlefield 4 maps that say they will be coming to the game. I forgot what it's called, but it's a pretty big one. I like the map too when I played it. A lot of open space, so there's like a lot of like vehicle warfare and shit like that. You can just like kind of shoot each other for tanks and stuff. And there's like a train too. I think one team gets a fucking train. You can like go on it and you can just start shooting people. Anyway, I was watching a video and the guy said that it's coming in an upcoming season, not next season, an upcoming season. So that kind of triggered him a little bit because the season's usually 3 months. So I think we just started the new season like a couple weeks ago, and it's not gonna be next season. So we're gonna be releasing it. And he's like, "We're gonna get the new map when GTA 6 comes out? Are you fucking serious? Nobody's gonna play this fucking game when this shit comes out." Like, the fuck? So it's one of those like little Hail Marys, like, oh, we gotta keep this little map in a little back pocket just in case when the players start really dying down,
Well, like I told Devin earlier, I looked it up, just on the Steam charts anyway. Their 24-hour peak is 50,000 players. So when you're a big game like that, a juggernaut level game like that, 50,000 isn't gonna cut it. They want 300,000 players and stuff like that. Like, that's what they want. Like, let me see. If I look up the Marvel Rivals Steam, like, let me see. What is their 24-hour peak's 87,000. So, but they're obviously not. I don't think, like, the team that made them and everything, like, not as big as Battlefield. So, all right.
Shame.
Let's talk about Nintendo and their need to want to sue everyone, I guess. So, I guess this is one that people really like this time for Nintendo. Yeah, suing people. They're suing the U.S. government over the tariffs. I think this is because, what was it? This is a result of, there was like something that got passed recently, right? I don't remember exactly.
The Supreme Court said they shot it down, so.
Oh. Well, yeah, so Nintendo's basically suing the U.S. government over quote-unquote unlawful tariffs, which...
Well, the Supreme Court said they were unlawful, so...
Yeah.
You don't have to quote-unquote. The Supreme Court said it wasn't.
So what the Supreme Court says is unlawful tariffs.
I quote, ever quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Well, you were asking. You couldn't remember what it was, so I'm giving you the information.
So, anyways, yes. I guess, yeah, because, yeah, the U.S. court did rule that companies are entitled to refunds from the tariffs. Obviously, with the tariffs, the companies had to, like, you know, work their way around them, we'll say. Specifically with Nintendo, it caused delays in the Switch 2's release, I guess. According to them, I swear that was not a thing, but maybe that they were planning on releasing it a little sooner and then couldn't. So yeah, everyone is rooting for Nintendo on this one. I see a lot of people like, hell yeah, let's do it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. Now we're happy that Nintendo wants to sue someone.
The Orange Man.
Yeah, that's what it is. That they hate Trump so much that they're happy about this. I mean, for me personally, I don't care about who's the president. Just the fact that like the government was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do tariffs. Never bothered me with it when it came to companies. Like I don't care about them having to pay more and all this stuff. I was more concerned with what it does to us, because obviously they're, when companies if they have to pay more and all this stuff, they're not going to be like, well, we had to pay more, guys, so like sucks to be us. Like, oh, you know what, we had to pay more, so how are we going to pass that on to you? That's, yeah, I never gave a shit about companies having to pay more, because these companies are all rich. But what they were going to do to us, that was the thing. So,
well, yeah, that's what tariffs are. They're just regressive tax on us. That's all they are. Because companies are never going to be like, oh yeah, we'll just make less money on this T-shirt we sell. Like, yeah, of course they're not going to fucking do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like.
But no, initially on the podcast a long time ago, you were like, oh, it's fine.
No, it's fine for them to get tariffed. I don't care about that company not making as much money on, like say a shirt. But what they're going to do to us was always the biggest, that was always the concern. Because they're going to pass that on to us because, oh shit, instead of making, 100 million, we're going to make 90 million only? Well, we got to make that 10 million back. Stupid. So, I don't know. I mean, and then, again, people are over here like, oh, yeah, Nintendo, sue the U.S. government so you can get your refunds back. But, what does that do for the consumer?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's not like Nintendo's going to give everyone who bought a Switch 2 at launch. It's not like they're even going to give us, a $10 eShop credit. They're not going to do anything.
So, yeah, all these people that are cheering for it, I'm just like, why? It does nothing for us, and that's just a company that didn't, again, they didn't eat that cost.
I know, but I think
and now they're just making that money back.
I know. I think it just honestly it comes down to rooting for it's kind of like rooting for your favorite sports team. I mean, you put a ton of money into them, but it's when they win a championship, it's not like you get shit. Yes, you get the bragging rights. So just getting to say my team won is honestly what I think it comes down to. Yeah, that's exactly why, JJ mentioned it. I think that's all this is that they're oh yeah, they're sticking it to Trump, which. If that's yeah, him and the U.S. government. If
that's why they're cheering this, at this point, I'm just grow the fuck up. I hate Trump too, but you're never gonna see me be yeah, sue the fuck out of him. It does nothing for me.
I said before too. It's just they're actually suing somebody else that's not a fucking indie company. Okay, finally,
it's finally, it's finally someone who can actually
like fight
has
back.
money to do stuff. Yeah, because I mean, like Trump was, well, and they're a Japanese company, so finally you have someone who's not going to get like intimidated by like, oh, we'll, do shit to you. It's like, okay, they'll be like, okay, we're in Japan, like, you can go fuck yourself. Like, there's finally someone who can like fight back without being held back by stupid BS.
Yeah, no, look. Nintendo got fucked, just like a lot of other companies, when it came to the tariffs. So I get it. They want their money back because the tariffs should have never been a thing. They shouldn't. Like, there was no real reason for them. It was just Trump being Trump. Whatever. But in the end, again, I didn't care that they were getting tariffed because, like, oh, again, sorry you're not making, as much millions as or billions or whatever as you were making before. Just a little bit less. And then not only that, they passed it on to us and charged us more for that money they were losing, so they didn't lose it. Now they're just going to get that money back anyway with getting the refunds and the tariff. And again, like you said, Devin, it's not like they're going to be like, hey, you know what? We got all that money back. Here's something for you guys.
Yeah,
we don't benefit from any of this shit. Oh, yeah, especially Nintendo. Especially Nintendo. They love them. Yeah, we're not benefiting from this at all. It does nothing for the consumer. And so that's why I'm just like, I don't know, the people celebrating this shit look like the way they're celebrating it, I'm like, you guys just look like absolute idiots because like it does nothing for us. It's just the rich getting richer and getting some of their money back or whatever it is. And all it did, like, unless there's something where,
unless let's say if Nintendo wins and then some other legal law firm holds like a class action lawsuit and then Nintendo settles and then you get a settlement, but it's like, what are we looking at that point? Like fucking 2030, you get like a check for $25.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
I don't know.
Which I mean, I'll take $25.
I mean, I'll take $25 too. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's why, like, for me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad Nintendo's doing this for their own stuff because they shouldn't have been tariffed. But like in the end, like, I'm not gonna celebrate this shit like the way a lot of people are because, like I keep saying, like it does nothing for us. Like we already got fucked, and there's no way to unfuck us. So. It's just, yeah. I'm not one of those people who has to be so tribalistic in politics that it's like, well, they're suing Trump. So, yeah. Like, it in no way fucking affects or benefits me. It's just a company suing to get their fucking money back. And that's it. Nothing's going to happen. Well, nothing for us anyway. Nintendo's going to get all that money back, so. All right. Let's talk about this last thing. So, I think this is the first official, right? Because Xbox has talked about it before, but I think this is the first time that Xbox has officially announced it. But Xbox has now officially announced Project Helix. It's going to be their next console. Their new CEO put out a tweet along with the announcement from the actual Xbox Twitter account. Her tweet, she said, "Great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix, the codename for our next generation console. Project Helix will lead in performance and will play your Xbox and PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with partners and studios at my first GDC next week," which I think is this week. So, again, I think this is them like making an official announcement instead of that just them talking about like, yeah, we're gonna make another console. And yeah, in their official announcement, Xbox and PC games. So now it's officially on the record that yes, this is a console PC hybrid. Yeah, what do you guys think?
That's cool.
Well, I'm glad they have a code name and like confirmed they're working on it, so I'm happy.
Yeah, same.
I mean, like again, it's like I'm happy. I want to see price. I mean, I'll probably end up buying it. I mean, it'll be cool to have just kind of like, essentially a pre-built PC, have access to my Xbox library, and then also have access to Steam. And I'm hoping, be able to have access to the other platforms as well. But I mean, obviously, Steam's the big boy. So yeah, it'll be good. I'm always a slut for the new tech.
I mean, guys, like, can you think maybe, I don't know, maybe predict a name like Project Helix? You think that gives a clue as to what it might be called?
I don't know, because everything's.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You gotta give some an AI name, bro. I'm just kidding.
Xbox, PC. I don't know. Xbox Home or something. I don't know, because I have no idea what they would call it. Because it's all. I mean, they obviously like Xbox One. They went Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series. So like, I don't know.
So I saw some people, I think it was a podcast that I was watching, where they said this could be like super exciting if Xbox executes this correctly in doing their like, we got to return to, our roots with this and that, whatever, and win back goodwill and whatever else, that like, why not call this the Xbox 720 to try and like, have a callback to the 360?
A meme.
No, it was a No, there was a podcast I saw. They were talking about it. Like, why not they call it?
Fucking 20 years ago.
But they're saying for this one to use that name to evoke the 360 era, to like try and win goodwill with people. Like, oh, they're trying to go back to that era of like what they were doing with the 360. That's what it was about.
I just think it's a mean name, dude.
Well, honestly, I would not like if they called it the Xbox 720.
720 is the dumbest shit, bro.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, like the 360 was kind of a dumb name. I don't understand why they called it that, but I guess they were just trying to be different. They don't want to be the Xbox 2, Xbox 3, Xbox 4, and all that.
The only one I knew was the Xbox One because it's the all-in-one console. But yeah, the 360 I don't know why.
Yeah, and the series, I don't know where that really came from. So, and fuck it, I don't know. Maybe they just call it the Xbox again. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
or what if they called like the XPC?
I mean, honestly, what they should just call it is just, hey, here's the Xbox Series X2. Like, why not just like? I think they should just do that. Like, yeah. I think I've said this.
That, to be honest.
I mean, I think I said this.
Fuck that shit.
But I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Like,
this, I mean, they made the Switch 2.
The Switch 2, yeah. But like, honestly, what they should do, is because they want to make they still apparently do want to do like some kind of handheld as well, whatever. Is like the Series X2 is the console PC hybrid thing that they're gonna make, and the Series S2 is the handheld. Like, if that's what they want to do, I think that would make perfect sense. Like, okay, the Series S is now just the handheld part of our console. It's not as powerful, or whatever. Yeah, it's not as powerful, but you could take your games on the go, like obviously with the Xbox Ally and all that stuff. Like, yeah, but if you want the full console experience, here's the Series X2. I mean, you want to do something, right? Something that could help maybe differentiate yourself a little bit. Try to bring in some people, but you don't want to get too crazy, especially when it comes to like the name. Like, you know, if they're like, oh, let's just call it the Xbox. Like, I don't know. If they called it just the Xbox, that would be weird. Like, it was already weird when they were like, here's the Xbox One. And yes, I get it. It was because it's your all-in-one device or whatever. But, like, I don't know. To me, calling it the Xbox has like an air of finality to it. Like, this is it. We're never going to, like, have another console. We're just going to update this one maybe kind of thing. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, because PC, you just buy parts and upgrade it.
I mean, imagine if they did that. Like, oh, here's, like, just pull this part out and put this in. Now you gotta, here's the upgrade to here's the upgrade to your console. Like, pre-built, like, upgrades every so often. That'd be kind of a cool thing, actually. But I highly doubt they would do something like that.
Yeah, where like, oh, you can upgrade your graphics card and stuff like that. I'm sure it'll be a pretty like closed off system.
No. I mean, like
someone.
It would be like a part. It'd be something you pull out that has all the things that make the console, and like, oh, here's the upgrade to the current console that is everything still, like graphics card and whatever else, and you just take it out and put it. Like, it would just be like, yeah, like almost like putting a whole new console in the console or whatever. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a cool thing, because you could still like, oh yeah, here's the. I mean, it'd be a good way for them to kind of like do a yearly version of the console. Like if they really wanted to go crazy and like, oh, here's the 2027 version of the Xbox console. And so you just buy that and then pull out whatever this part is and then plug in this one. And now it's, yeah, the console's basically a more powerful version of what it was the previous year. And just like, I mean, could you do something crazy like that?
So you just keep the one console, but you just keep upgrading it. So you're already gonna be a Disney like Xbox guy. Like, okay, I can have my console. I don't have to upgrade every time, but I have the option to.
Oh yeah, that too. And then you could skip certain, like, you know what? I don't feel like, yeah.
Stuck, but you're kind of like, I'm kind of more excited with Xbox now, because again, I have a thing I can just keep upgrading instead of buying a whole nother console, like like the older Xbox,
yeah,
PlayStation, or something.
Yeah, and then like you said, you could skip years. Like, you know what? I'm not going to upgrade it this year. Next year, when they put the new, you know, the 2029 upgrade, I'll get that one. I mean, we do it for phones. We do it for phones in a way where it's just like, I mean, obviously it's a whole new device, but yeah.
You know, like, you don't need to upgrade your PC every year. You know, just wait like a couple of years until like some game you really want to play is going to be very demanding, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I think that'd be a cool concept. I highly doubt any of the console makers would be willing to do something like. But the thing is, like, it's also not like a wild concept, because Nintendo kind of did that with the Nintendo 64. Remember they had what was it called? The expansion pack, right?
Expansion pack is more like you need to play some game because some games are just fucking broken.
Well, no, but like that was something you put in the console to like then now you could play this game. Like, I think Majora's Mask, right? You couldn't play it.
On 64, you couldn't play it at all. The game was just busted. They needed the extra little oomph for it.
Yeah, something like that. But like,
no, that's how it was. Because Donkey Kong 64 was complete shit, so they had to like edit. I think that's why they packaged it with the game. That's why the expansion packs were coming out all the time with it. I think I told Devin, like, we were selling like a Donkey Kong 64, and so I'm like, you know, these people need to fucking buy expansion pass, so they can't even play the fucking game. I'm like, oh well, not my problem.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah. You know, I want to add this in. I do want to add this in. So Jeff Keighley had his tweet to, you know, like, oh yeah, also be like, oh yeah, they announced this or whatever. I just love this. So his tweet. These are the exact words he put. Xbox has announced that Project Helix is the code name for the next generation PC based Xbox hardware device. Okay, he's talking about Project Helix. Man, the internet went after him. It's like, why don't you call it a console? Like, he went out of his way to not use the word console. That even he got community noted. With this, they said like, oh, the Xbox CEO has officially stated that the next one is a console. Even like, what is it? Tom Warren from, I don't remember what he works for, what website. He's like PC. He put in quotations, PC based Xbox hardware device. I think you mean Xbox console. And even Jeff himself replied back saying, do you consider Steam Machine a console? So he's like, this isn't a console. It's a PC or whatever. Yeah.
The math.
Like Jeff Keighley's not doing himself any favors. As the kids say, he's not beating the allegations when it comes to being talked about as a Sony fanboy. Yeah.
He's cooked.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Can we get an F in chat, please?
Yeah, can we get F's in the chat? But yeah, I just thought that was funny because, yeah, a lot of people were going at him. Of course, obviously, you have the PlayStation fanboys defending him. The Xbox fanboys going right at him. I just thought it was funny because, like, Jeff is, obviously he's a Sony fanboy. Like, we all know this. This is what he is. He's been a Sony fanboy for years. Like, just don't let it bother you. He is what he is. Dorito Jesus himself or whatever. But yeah. But I do like that, yeah. That like someone tried to be like, you mean a console, right? And he's like, is the Steam Machine a console? And it's like, actually, yeah. It kind of is. Like, maybe more of a PC thing, but like it's clearly meant to evoke being a console, so. But the thing is too, like, I would maybe be more on his side, but Project Helix, like, it's an Xbox PC hybrid. So it's meant to be able to play PC games, but it's clearly meant to like keep playing Xbox like console stuff. So like anything that's not playable on the PC or that you didn't buy the PC version of or whatever, you're going to be able to play it on the next console. So that would mean it's a console. So I don't know what he's on about with that, but
that's like saying like consoles are kind of like mini PCs, right?
Well, see, that's the other thing. One of those things that I keep seeing, like, all consoles are PCs, right? I'm like, okay, guys, let's not do that. Like, yes, all consoles are basically PCs with just a custom OS or whatever, but like, stop. Like, when we say PC, we know what PC is. When we say console, we know what console is. Like, let's not go there. Let's not do that, But you can't stop people on the internet from going that direction, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. You guys got any more on that?
Nope, that's it.
That's true.
All right then.
So I guess that's all Jeff Keighley wrote.
Oh, Jeff Keighley, he's an interesting guy. All right then. So we'll go ahead and end it right there, or call it right there. This was episode 89 of the podcast. As per the usual, you like the conversations we have on the podcast, you like what the videos I put on the channel, like what we just do with the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Do the things. I've been your host, Everett. Devin?
See you, bitch.
JJ?
Yeah, see you guys later.
And until next time, we'll catch you later.